Welcome back to the Unanimous Decision Podcast. I'm your host, D-Palm. Follow me on Blue Sky. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on all the socials at DPalm66. Follow the show at UDPod. Follow the entire MTR network at, you guessed it, the MTR network. You found us. Don't you dare lose us. Subscribe on iTunes. Subscribe on Spotify. Subscribe on YouTube. That's right, YouTube. Just make sure you search at UDPod66 on YouTube. Subscribe there, interact in the comments and all that fun stuff that you like to do. As always, brought to you by the good folks at the MTR Network. Make sure you check out the Insanity Check, which is back because, outside. But also make sure you check out our socials because we've been sharing some of our older character corners and comic book evergreen material there as well. As always, brought to you by DanielPalmerMortgages.com. If you can afford your rent, you can afford a mortgage. It's my job to help you qualify, but that's not why you're here. You're here because I'm about to be very annoyed for the next 60 to 70 minutes. It's Felder Friday. Crack a wild turkey. Crack some dirty bird. Celebrate.
Yeah.
What's up, Felder?
Dude, I stayed up. I took a nap and I burned the pizza a little bit because I was trying to get a nap in so I could stay up for the whole game.
Wait, do you want to go free space before you go game? Let's go free space before we get into the game.
Yeah, that was my part of my free space is I burned the pizza.
Excuse me. Okay.
And my wife and daughter were very disappointed in me. So I got to come correct on Friday, and I got to because we're not having dinner at home tonight because it's a swim meet.
The season. How many a week are we talking? 2 a week or 3 a week?
2
a week. Okay.
Yeah, Mondays and Thursdays. I will say this. Fuck them. They run off the private school schedule.
Oh,
private school.
Why? Ooh, is this Big Bang take Little Bang? Like, why are they telling you what to do?
They're rich.
You got the numbers. This is America, Jack.
We don't got the numbers.
There aren't more public school kids than private school kids
at the pool.
That's a good point.
At the swimming racket club.
All right.
You think there are more? No, hang on. No, listen. I can tell you who we're swimming against tonight. We're swimming against Providence Plantation.
God damn.
You think that they don't have more private school kids?
Ooh, that's an aggressive name in 2026.
Yeah.
Bro. Is that the name of the school or the swim club?
It's the name of the neighborhood.
God damn. Is it, I assume, built in the last 20 years?
No.
I was older? Okay. All right.
I went to a wedding there in 2000, and it had to be when J&B got married at Providence Plantation, like 2006, 2007.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, dog. Yeah. So, again, they operate off the private school schedules.
Hey, man, so just quick deviation.
Mm-hmm.
When you hear the word plantation used so casually, as we do as we live in the South, and what do you – they know we can read, right?
I don't know if they know that.
Okay, fair.
And I don't know if they know. I don't know if they believe that.
I know they don't care.
No, caring is a completely different. That's a whole other subject. No, it's one
I felt confident that they knew that we could read. Like you keep naming these things and being like, racism's dead. We don't need the VRA anymore. That's why, because racism's dead. Meanwhile, at Providence Plantation.
Yeah. Well, they gonna listen. They gonna see my black ass there, and I'm gonna tell their kids, listen, you need to be in this line and you need to be in that line.
Keep in line.
Don't come over here to where my kids are. These are my kids.
How is summer going outside of Mondays and Thursday evenings?
I think it's going well, man.
Okay.
You're not
in trouble with any of the women in your house right now, are you?
That's a constant ebb and flow, if we're being honest. I said something that I thought was nice.
Uh-oh.
I said, "Oh, thank you for saying something nice about me." And she was like, "What are you talking about?" And I was like, first of all, I said, "Thank you."
What did she say?
She's like, "When you and Ben run the meet, it goes a lot faster." And I said, "Thank you for saying something nice." And she was like, "What do you mean I don't ever say anything nice about you?" And I was like, "That's not what I meant."
I'm going to have to go back to I'm in sales. My job is to talk to people and sell things. When I get people on the call to do a client call, I like to do it over Zoom or whatever the video chat is of the day, because 7% is told in the actual words, 38% is communicated through tone, but 55% is communicated in person and body language. Yeah. What was your tone when you said that?
Exactly why I said it. Thank you for saying something nice about me.
What? So you're in trouble.
I'm not in trouble, but
there's tension. There's a level of tension that doesn't need. There was a small because you decided to say for saying something nice to
me. This shit don't happen often.
You see, but now you see why she's mad. The unspoken last part of that motherfucker is why she got upset.
Well, to fucking do better.
Did it cost it? All right, this is me and you talking. No one's listening.
They listen, but yeah,
it gained you nothing to add that last part. You
didn't have to.
You didn't have to do that.
Yeah, I know. And listen, my entire life is, bro. I got a card that says "Shut up."
You were doing so well. Thank you. Full stop. That's all you had to say. Thank you.
That's all I had to say. That's all you said. But the problem is the amount of times that I would say other stuff. If it was somebody else, let me tell you something. I think I did a good job this week.
Okay.
I volunteer at my kid's school, right? I volunteer. I pull doors. That's what I do. They tell me I don't work there. I do not work for them. I do what they tell me to do. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
They say at the 7:45, put the sign out. Close the door. At the 45, they got a problem with their sink because the bell will ring until 7:46:30. That's not a me problem. I
assume you've made it a them problem.
I didn't make it a them problem. They can handle the problem from some random lady with a white lady with a red Subaru with black combat boots showed up, and I had already closed the door. And she was like, it's 7:45. I was like, it's 7:46. And she was like, why do I have to sign them in? I was like, look, I'll make the rules. I'm going to my car to go home and try to take a nap or get some more time. Like, I didn't say that.
God damn it.
Yeah, I was trying to have second sleep. But I was very close to being like, honestly, if I can be candid, I was very close to being like, hey, bitch, you're late. Your kids are late. Your fucking kids are late. Why didn't you get them here earlier? Got your fucking combat boots on. How long did it take you to lace those motherfuckers up? And just so you know, if you can read a fucking sign, it says your kids are late. I don't work here. I just do what I'm told. So if you want to get mad at somebody, go in there and be mad. But you don't get to talk to me like any type of way, because I can tell you one thing, Michael Felder, I will 100% cuss you out, which I've already started doing. And then guess what? You're going to go in there and say that this guy cussed me out. And then you're going to come out with your tail between your legs because based upon the time that your kids got to school, based upon your attitude, who do you think they'd rather have in the school community? Me or you?
I'm so glad you have restraint. You didn't say none of this to this lady, did you? You just let her.
No, I didn't say it to this lady. I told my wife about it. My wife was like, good job not being yourself. That's another card that I have.
This is a good one. I do applaud your restraint there. That was
like, I was like, I'm like, listen, lady, you don't understand. This reminds me of when I was in Chicago and I got the bag on my hand to go pick up the dog poop. And this little Mexican man and I feel bad because his wife and kid were in the car. His wife and kid, they were on a bench seat in a pickup.
Yeah.
They sent 3 across. And he decided to get out of the car and come and yell at me about picking up my dog shit. And I was like, bro, you have no idea how much I hate living here, how much I hate every single day of my life. I have to ride. I got to pick up dog poop, and then I have to
Chicago culture, baby.
I have to pick up dog poop. Then I got to go back to my house and get on the bus. Go back to my house, get my book bag to go get on the bus to go to work. And you have no idea. I pick up my dog shit every single time without fail.
Right. I'm
not the one to yell at. But he thought he was going to yell at me, and I told him I will beat the shit out of him. If you want action, I'll give you action, player. because you don't understand how angry I am every single day of my life. And I don't have anybody to take that anger out on. So if you give me a chance, I will. And he got his wife rolled the window down, and she was like, come on, let's go. And he just got his fucking ass back in the car because I was like, yo, trust me, I'll mush your face in this. I don't care. Like, this isn't you. I'm not the one. And I don't care. Listen, you being ethnic doesn't bother me. I'm black. Why do you think that this matters? Like, why do you like? I'm not scared. My sister-in-law is Mexican. My brother-in-laws are Mexican. Like, what do you like? What?
So, one of the best things I ever did when I got a coach was I recognized that I had a tendency towards anger. So I went to the student services and I started talking to people and learned some good coping mechanisms so that I wouldn't carry anger around me all the time. Because I knew at my size, if I was that angry all the time, I would end up in jail.
Oh, absolutely. So totally agree.
I was like, hey, God, put this to. I'm just saying that apropos of nothing. This is just a non sequitur. I'm glad you didn't whip that man's ass.
No, I just yelled at him a lot. And then I was like, I'm going back to my house. I live right here. Can you imagine seeing me with this beard in a Carhartt jacket with big boots on and shorts with boots, just trying to get the dog out? And I already got the bag on my hand to pick it up. You
don't know what he's going through.
Bro, listen, he don't know what I'm going through. I got to be nice at work. I got to make sure I'm nice. Listen,
oh my
goodness. About coping mechanisms. Coping mechanisms are good. That's why I write myself notes to remind myself of things that I need to do. Like I got a note up here that says finish the drill. Like you got to land the plane, man. Like I can't. I don't mean like Harrison Ford landing the plane. I mean like landed on the actual runway.
I got you.
All those things matter. But I will say this. Sure. Watch this. This is a positive pivot.
I'm not sure how there could have been a negative one.
This is a positive pivot. It's a positive pivot. I got my last one.
What's the last what?
These are my last ones.
Liar.
I'm not lying.
Tell the audio audience what they're looking at.
So these are the Toro Bravos Jordans. This is my last pair that I needed to complete the set.
What is the set? The
set are the 5 that I wanted my entire life.
Okay.
So we have the Toro Bravos
right
here. Air Max 95, Air Zoom 95, the Jason Kidds.
Okay.
Up here, you can't see it, but I've got the Bread 11s.
I see it. You see it.
I've got the Concord.
Okay.
So we're at Bread 11s, Concords, Zoom 95s. Yeah. And then I also have the box that these are sitting on, that's the Adapts. Those aren't from childhood, I will say that. Those are brand new. Like they came out, I guess, 4 or 5 years ago. But those are the self-lacing shoes. So I've got Bread 11s, Concord 11s, the Tuxedo shoe, the Zoom 95s, the Toro Bravos, and boom, the
Adapts.
The Adapts, yeah. The Adapt 11s. I have them. I've got them. I'm done. I'm out. Plus I've got 2 pair of 95s and a couple other things that are really nice too. Like I'm done. I'm out of the sneakers game. So if anybody needs help getting a pair, you let me know. I'll try to get them for you. I've got some pretty good built-in cachet with Nike. And I'm telling you, like, you find someone that has these. Tell me anyone that has the Zoom 95s.
I'm not a shoe guy, so I'm take.
No, I know you are. You're like a Converse and Vans guy.
No, I'm just. I mean, I got 2 pairs. I got 3 pair of Jordans. I'm good.
Were they Jordan 1s?
I got a pair of 1s.
Yeah. I mean, I have 0 pair of 1s.
Again, for me, it's just like I like a shoe, and just no real.
There you go. It makes sense. But like so when you say coping mechanism, that was one of them for me.
Have the shoes made you happier?
Yeah, they have.
Imagine me without shoes. Imagine how mad I'd be if I have none of these fucking shoes.
Shoes I don't even wear.
I was gonna say it. Shoes that will never touch my feet. These shoes.
They got to be in a self-contained environment.
You got to survive, man. I get it. You do things,
and I need to trust. The biggest thing is, here's the problem. I trust myself.
Mm-hmm. I don't trust you motherfuckers.
I don't trust everybody else.
Can't. Won't.
Because if you mess up my shoes,
I'm going to jail.
You're going to get messed up.
I'm going to jail. If you fuck up my shoes, I'm going to jail.
I spent a lot of time.
The worst part about this horseshit Knicks renaissance.
Yeah, what about it?
You know the worst part about it? I had Shannon on this podcast like 3 weeks ago. She's talking about the Valkyrie, talking all this shit. I was like, Shannon, I'm having you on because you're a closet Knicks fan. I know you are. She goes, no, I don't really like the Knicks. Da, 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 da. I turned on some social media days, bitch. Bro, I'm like, what is happening? You sleeper cell fucking undercover agent, you pieces of shit. We're about to see Knicks fans are about to start activating like fucking terrorists across this country. So I am disgusted. Yes. Okay. So full disclosure, we're recording after Spurs Knicks game 1. Game 2 is going to be the night you're listening to this. Guys, I want something very clear. Fuck the Knicks. And I'd come around. I'd come around. I was kind of like, you know what? It does seem nicer that the Knicks are good, though New York does seem like a better place. They had a watch party at Central Park on Wednesday night. That's cool. Like, there's little things that I'm like, yeah. But watching these splinter cells get activated, no. I forgot how insidiously you had peppered your worst, this nation, with you didn't send us your best and brightest, to quote a certain president. You sent us your worst. And every time I open my door and I got to see that blue and that orange. Oh my God. All I want now is for the Knicks to win in 5, which was my original pick. Felder, tell me why you're cheering for this allegedly cute story of the New York Knickerbockers.
First off, I didn't say it was cute. I didn't say that.
Okay. All right. I apologize. Tell me why you're cheering for the New York Knicks.
Because these motherfuckers is wild.
There's not that.
No. I don't know what Instagram is serving you, but what I get served on Instagram is absolutely buck wild. They're gonna go crazy. They said if we win the finals, we're gonna turn New York into Gotham, and Batman can't save you. The fact that I talk to people I worked out in New York City for years.
Yeah, I went to college there.
Yeah. And so, I know people who spent money to fly to San Antonio. It was cheaper for them to fly to San Antonio, get a hotel room, and go to the finals games in San Antonio than to go to the Garden. They're wild.
So let's before we even get into the game, let's talk about the sociopathy of you Knicks fans.
Mm-hmm.
Because everything you said is true. Everything you said is true. But what's weird about everything you said is that the Knicks fan who can't afford a seat in the Garden will see this as a point of pride for himself. He's like, I can't even afford to see my team. I had to fly to, what are you talking about? You've been priced out of the thing that you love by a man who actively hates you, by a franchise that has betrayed you for 50 fucking years. It's given you nothing but misery and Allen Houston for 50 years. And you mean to tell me you're going to be happy when Jim Dolan wins? You're going to be happy when this man who has destroyed your lives for 20 fucking years hoists a trophy before Jalen Brunson, because you know he's going to touch it first, before Mike Brown, before Patrick Ewing, anyone affiliated with the teams that touched it. Jim Dolan's going to get away from his rehearsals for JD and the goddamn straight shot. He's going to come down from his office and he's going to hold a finals trophy. And that's what you really want. That's what New York fans, I'm not talking to Felder. Felder's being contrarian because he hates me.
I'm not being
New York fans. You really want to see happy Jim Dolan? Do you? The man who actively surveils you in his stadium, the man who will ban you for saying things like, fuck Jim Dolan, and he should sell the fucking team. Things that are facts, things that are true, things that are in your heart, soul, and mind. You're willing to support this fascist just so you can say bing bong and not be derided? How dare you?
They love the Knicks. They don't give a shit about that.
my entire life.
That's the crazy part, right?
Yeah.
They love the Knicks. They like you got Met Queens, some of Brooklyn. They love the Mets.
Mm-hmm.
Bronx, obviously a lot of Manhattan. That's Yankees.
Yep.
Okay. We got that. Okay. You got the Islanders. You got the Rangers. Like, got all that.
I could just say, we'll just say the Islanders is Long Island in certain sections of New York. I would just asterisk and say the racist sections of New York.
Yeah, I totally understand.
All the cops.
But the Knicks is the
unifying
Knicks.
force. Unifying force.
Everybody.
No Jets, Giants. You're right. There's no
Jets,
no,
Giants. Yeah, like this is
no
the Knicks
split.
the Knicks is everybody. And listen, I'm sorry, Brooklyn Nets.
I'm
blah
not.
blah blah. No, it's the Knicks, and I mean, literally, I'm watching videos of like dudes on halal carts going wild. They took over an ambulance last night.
And you're cheering for this. You're cheering for anarchy. Okay. I would cheer for, you know what you're also cheering for? You're cheering for an offseason of very angry Wembanyama. Like, does the world want that? Does the world want him pissed off? Okay.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I would love to see it.
Okay.
Because they're treating him like a small baby boy right now.
Wow.
They are. Do you disagree?
Game one, I came on here this week and said they were going to lose game one. It was closer than I thought it was going to be because the Spurs missed open shots. The Knicks missed open shots. It was a very disjointed game. I thought Wemby's rebounding numbers and the outside shooting, that was more of a result of him having dead legs than the physicality of like Robinson and Cat. But I may be wrong. They're leaning on him heavy.
They're leaning on him heavy. And I was like, how long can they keep doing this? They did it through the full game. You win by 10. Like, I think you did something right. So the thing that I look at is they're going to keep trying to hammer this guy. And I think the hammering is one of two things. Or I think the hammering is two of two things. First thing being, they know that he's played a lot of basketball, especially compared to them. And then the second,
especially compared to his normal work, he averages like 24 minutes a game. Yeah.
And then the second part is, can we bait him into something? And then next thing we know, we got a suspension.
Oh, I think that one incident in 3 years is not even like on the level of like that being part of the game plan. I will say this:
if you get it, you get it.
Jalen Brunson taking 31 shots is not how this team has won in the playoffs this year.
No.
That's too many shots. And if they can goad him into taking that many shots, that bodes better for the Spurs, in my opinion, because it's this Knicks monolith has been happening under the auspices of Cat's going to sit at the top high post, distribute, and be our best player, be our most important player, be the hub through which this entire offense runs. When they had trouble to start the playoffs was when they were running that Brunson first, little man led kind of thing. Like you can say, people are like, oh, the Becky Hammond thing. Look, she's not wrong. A little man's never done this at this stage. However, if they do win this title, it's because Cat was their best player in the postseason.
So here's the thing, and this is not to sound like arrogant or like pump myself up. The offense they're running is very simple. High post, top key, two wings, and a guy either bottom of the key or a guy in the corner.
Mm-hmm.
And you just run through. Screen through, run through, screen through, run through. And then, I'm not a basketball guy.
It's a 2018 Warriors thing, except you don't have the greatest shooter of all time. You got Jalen Brunson. Like they're running that offense because that's where Mike Brown went to the finals with them. Yeah.
Right. But he also, that's the difference to me is Steph Curry never wanted to go inside. He didn't want to take mid-range shots.
Mm.
And so what we're seeing is a guy in Brunson who will take mid-range shots, because if you try to come up on the screen to cut out the three, that's a handoff. We watched him do the handoff, and that handoff is him open for a 20-footer. 20-footer, he's like, yeah, I can make this. We'll keep doing this the whole time. And because Wemby has to move up, Wemby's got to move, that's what they did.
Yeah. Full disclosure, don't like Jalen Brunson's game. I don't like Jalen Brunson. I don't think he's I think that's especially the falling down last game one. I thought that was weird.
I don't like his game either.
I really don't like watching him play basketball. And so like watching him like ask for foul calls after he gets run into by his teammate doing something dirty to his first player. I was like, what are we doing here? And I don't know. Maybe I'm being a hater. Maybe it's just what it is. I'm very excited to see game 2. I'm very interested to see game 2. I'm more interested to see the atmosphere in game 3 because these New York crazy people are going to burn that.
Wild. Yeah, that I was listening to somebody. I don't remember who it was, but they were like, "Oh, you think you're going to go to New York and like go out to dinner and have fun, bro? You 7'5". Everybody in the city know who you are. You better stay your ass in that hotel."
But that's also not Wemby. He's a stay in the hotel read type of dude anyway. Like, we're good. This isn't J.R. Smith. This is Wemby, baby.
No, he likes to go to nice restaurants when he's out of town though. Like French restaurant.
Who doesn't?
Right. You can't.
Home cooking.
You better not show up.
I think it'd be straight in a French restaurant in New York.
Bro, you better not. You better get room service and check in under a different name. Get it delivered next door and then go pick it up.
I love how you're acting like it's fucking Friday Night Lights in this bitch. It's an NBA playoff series. Come on, sir.
They're going. If they see him on the streets,
what are they going to do? Attack him with knives? Fuck this. Come on.
No, I do think that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying it's going to be more stressful for him.
He's been leading his nation in basketball since he was 14. He'll be okay getting hounded.
Yeah, they're nice. Those are nice people.
They burn that motherfucker to the ground every 6 years. Those are not nice people.
They're nice people compared to.
They burn parents to the ground every 6 years to remind old people to stay in line.
Eiffel Tower's still there.
Okay.
I'm just telling you. I've seen people say that. I've seen people say they should take the face off the Statue of Liberty and put Brunson's face on it.
People say lots of shit. They said that Jeremy Lin was the best basketball player of all time. New Yorkers are prone to hyperbole, my friend.
Oh, I know, and it's they're good. And listen, I don't know if there's anybody better at it. Like you can say Alabama fans, you can say LSU fans, you can say Braves fans, even. But like the reality of it is you give New York a taste of hope.
Give a nigga rope, want to be a cowboy, Gus.
Yeah, absolutely, man. By the way, speaking of Cowboys, not the Dallas Cowboys, although they missed out on Myles Garrett, huh? They had another offer though. So
we'll talk about it in a second.
No, what I was gonna say is I don't know if your Instagram serves this to you, but because I like horses so much, we've already talked about this, right?
Yeah.
I love horses. I got all my horse calendars back here. Seeing these black cowboys, black rodeos.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, dude. I'm like,
my brother did that.
What?
My big brother.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I got tons of pictures of him riding. He had a horse, Blue Boy.
What?
He rode in the
Why are you hiding this from me? That's not fair.
I thought we talked about this.
No, we never talked about this.
Shout out to Blue Boy. Shout out David.
What did he do? Was he a barrel racer? Or was he?
No, he was on the steer. I got the pictures of my daddy's house.
That's amazing. This is genuine delight for me.
I can tell. This is the happiest I've ever made you.
Oh my God, are you kidding me? And you didn't even do it. Your brother did it.
I was before I was because my dad was living in Texas when he married my mom, and so he was raising my big brother's graduation from high school was the same summer my parents got married, and so
that is unbelievable.
He stopped playing sports in high school and did 100% rodeo all the time.
Dude, I just saw a video of this little girl, and I think her name was Katie or something, and she was like,
okay,
and she was like, she made $8,000 at a rodeo. And then the interviewer goes, and do you want to say hi to your parents? What does your mom do? And she's like, oh, my mom is Karen, blah, 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 and whatever her last name is. And she also rides. She's like, oh, wow. How'd your mom do? She goes, not as good as me. And I was like,
Texas.
dang, ruthless.
Texas, baby.
Ruthless kids. But we got like black. I've just a culture I've discovered in Charlotte. Yeah. We have like black cowboys that they bring them out and let them, they go run and they go do the whole thing, and then you do the rodeo and the steer, like they rope and they bust down doggies, and I don't know, it makes that's what I don't know if anybody saw my Instagram story. It's from days ago, it's probably expired, but they said some guy was like, tag the person in this that every time they cry you get $500. And I got so many people that sent it to me, and I was like, you're not wrong. Because every single time, there are so many things that trigger me into crying, but black rodeo, black cowboys is very high on the list.
So on the list now is you take the family out to Denver for a week. Mm-hmm. There's a black cowboy museum in downtown Denver.
That's not like far off my path. My uncle lives in the Spurs.
I've got photos there. I'll show you. It's a fantastic museum. Nice. Great story. But yeah, it's so you do know that we were the Cowboys. It was us.
Mexicans. Yeah, I do know. I do know that like the whole entire cowboy narrative has been completely skewed by guys like Clint Eastwood and John Wayne.
Quick UD pod history lesson for the listeners. Think about the worst jobs in America. Who does them? Minorities. The worst jobs back then was vaquero or cowboy. And so the people who do those jobs were Mexicans and black people until it became sensationalized. It's why I don't watch those shows. I'm like, these are all lies. These shows are
I know they're lies, but they're so good.
That being said, that's the reason why I'm excited for game 2, because there's nothing greater, nothing better in the world than popping a racist bubble about the lies they've been told. And so if I can watch the Knicks fall in 5 to the Spurs, the Schadenfreude, watching Knicks fans have to deal with that. Oh, there's not the only thing greater than a happy Knicks fan is one that used to be happy and is now dealing with the loss of hope. Let's talk about football though, because you brought it up.
Yes.
Myles Garrett's going to be a Ram. Aaron Donald's threatening the universe by working out on camera. Felder, what the fuck, man?
One, Aaron Donald is a monster.
He's calm the fuck down.
Like, you don't have to do this anymore. what are you you're maintaining it for what? Why?
Because he's apparently starting to come back and play with Myles Garrett.
That's sick.
He's 35. He's been gone for 2 years. He can still do it.
I would quit. I'd be like, no. I'm not playing against these dudes. That's insane. No.
Do you think Sean McVay turned him out that phone call to Matt Ryan was, we're getting Myles Garrett act pissed off on the phone. Act angry. We're getting Myles Garrett.
Yeah, there ain't no way, man. I'm gonna tell you, because look,
oh my goodness,
I know it's been longer than 2 years, like since I've been like in real shape, but like, good grief, man. Like I got on a scale this morning, I weighed 192 pounds, and I was like, whew, stiff wind might blow me over.
This man he's maintained his playing weight, he's maintained his his workout regimen. He was training Jared Verse and making Jared.
Does he hate his family?
He must not like. He can't like him.
Good grief, dog! God dang, you doing all this for free?
For fun, not for free. For free it implies that there's some sort of benefit to you. He's just doing it just because he can and because he's got the habits. It's a habit at this point.
Get new habits, man. I'm telling you, I got new habits and they're
fantastic. Have you tried drinking, son? Have you given it a shot?
I'm just telling you, look at your boy right here. Come on. I got to go do a swim meet today, but shoot.
Could I ask you another question about some pending NFL news?
Yes.
Russell Wilson apparently is retiring and joining the CBS booth.
Saw that. Yeah. It's going to be boring as shit.
Come on, man. Give me something more than that. It can't just be boring.
What do you think it's going to be?
I think it's boring. I have a suspicion it might be boring. You're probably right.
Which is fine. He knows, like, here's the thing. I'm going to venture this. I've watched more Russell Wilson than most people.
Yes.
I watched him beat the hell out of us at UNC.
I keep forgetting you played against him. Yeah.
Yeah, he played. Bro.
Yeah, you should be retired, Russell. If you played when we played, you should be done. Hang on.
He played in the 08. He just was destroying people.
Yep.
And then he was the first guy that initiated this like transfer portal shit because he was a grad transfer. And then all of a sudden, Wisconsin becomes like a player.
Can I just remind everyone who was the coach at NC State at the time?
It wasn't Dave Doran. It wasn't Chuck Amato. It's the guy between those two guys.
Well, he looked up and saw giraffe neck Mike Glennon and said, "Russell,
yeah,
hit the bricks. Russell, enjoy Wisconsin, and we're good here."
Tom O'Brien. I didn't have to look it up. As soon as you brought up the story, I was like, "Oh, I remember this." Tom O'Brien. He was like, "If you're not going to practice with the team in spring because you want to play baseball,
he used baseball to run them off." That's what it was.
He's like, "You're not going to practice with the team in spring. You want to play baseball?" It sounded like a black mom, right? Oh, that's what you want to do? You want to do that? You're going to live outside. Okay?
Cool.
Go for it.
Go for it.
And then it's like, oh, no.
If you like it, I love it.
Go. No. Mm-hmm. Shoot. And it's like one of those, it's like a mom that helped, like, you're like, I'm running away. And she was like, yeah, let's pack this suitcase. And puts too much stuff in it. You can never carry it. You have to turn around immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Except he let him just keep going, and he kept going all the way to Wisconsin. And I mean, he won a Super Bowl.
Yeah,
should have won 2 if you would have just handed the ball off.
Yep,
hand the ball off. Come on, man.
Is he one of the guys? And I don't know if this is even possible, but that late career move to Denver, did it sully him enough to where like Hall of Fame is kind of sketchy now, or is he a surefire Hall of Famer?
I think people like him so much. I don't think that he has the word.
I question. So there you go. That's my kind of point. I don't think anyone likes him. His teammates are like he shouldn't get in.
Who gives a shit what they think? They don't
because guess what? They're in the media now, and Richard Sherman has an influential voice out there. He's been one of those leading voices who says, he's been one of those people who says why Russell shouldn't get in. And as much as you're right, maybe it should be a numbers-based case. You and I are both smart enough to realize that a lot of this is narrative, who likes who, X, Y, and Z. So I ask again.
Here's the thing, and I say this as someone who's speaking from experience.
Yeah.
I don't think that traditional media members give a fuck about what people like Richard Sherman, even Ryan Clark, obviously Micah Parsons. I don't think they care about what they think. What they're going to remember is this guy was always good to me. He's always good to me.
That's a good point.
He's always good to me, unlike Richard Sherman.
Good point.
Unlike Micah Parsons.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, like, Micah Parsons has screwed me in tremendous ways.
Yes, he has.
And can't stand him.
Fair enough.
Like, I'm not pulling any punches. Like, what's the difference? And everyone that I work with, that I talk to, they're like, yeah, this guy sucks, but we have to work with him.
Yeah.
Because fans like to see it, but at the end of the day, they're like, he doesn't listen, he doesn't follow directions, and I get that same thing from Richard Sherman. I think Ryan Clark, I know he's not going to be in the Hall of Fame, but I think Ryan Clark is one of the players that actually, like, does pre-work and listen.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Understands and
he's also really good on TV.
Like, that's a different thing.
Yeah.
And so I understand that, but I think when you look at the list of voters, they're going to look at this and they're going to be like Bill Belichick didn't get in. Like, you think this is a fucking numbers game?
I'm telling you, it's a lot of it is the interpersonal shit, and you're not wrong about that.
Second most winningest coach, number 1 most playoff wins, most Super Bowls. Like,
shouldn't have been an asshole.
Right, exactly. And
yeah,
Barry Bonds is not in the Hall of Fame for the baseball, from a baseball side, which is insane.
Yeah.
But Russell Wilson, always personable, always gave people time. He's going to get into the Hall of Fame. The same thing
for me, numbers aren't. Final job back then. I don't think that the career is there. But again, he's mostly in a run-heavy offense. A lot of it's circumstantial. A lot of it's like
so is Terry Bradshaw.
But Terry Bradshaw wasn't doing it against the backdrop of 5,000-yard passers.
Hey man, you do what you have to do to win.
I agree, and that's why you get rings of honor and Super Bowl rings. Hall of Fame means You changed this game in a noticeable way.
That's
you left a dent on the sport.
And you know what? I think that I will say this. I think that Drew Brees and Russell Wilson left an indelible mark on this sport. They opened the door for quarterbacks that are 6'3",
non-traditional height quarterbacks,
yes,
winning Super Bowls. Okay, all right. That gets me closer to him being in than anything else I've heard. Honestly,
they open the door for quarterbacks that are a little bit shorter, and you throw in with Drew, it's all quick trigger, everything.
My distaste for Drew Brees.
I understand it. It's fine. It's fine to have, but
it's beyond the Saints thing. It's like he's not a good person.
I don't think he's a good person either. What I'm saying is the quick trigger, the way that he pushed and was able to find space and find lanes and create that was good. Russell, his ability to do the half roll, which I don't think half rolls.
It wasn't popularized because we weren't doing. I remember because we never rolled it in. We had it in the playbook. We never used it in college. Right. He was the one who really kind of brought that to the NFL.
Because everyone thinks when you go a half roll that you're running a boot, and it's not a boot or a waggle. It's not a boot or a waggle. This is
moving the launch point.
I'm just going. I can't see above these guys, so I'm
going to move this launch point so I can create better angles for myself. Yeah.
Right, and I think
which is also honestly a precursor to everything we've seen out of Mahomes.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I'm less. I'm not sold, but I'm less strident on. I'm less annoyed by it because he's going to get in. Like you're right, he's going to get in. I'm much less annoyed by it than I was before we talked. Honestly, thank you for that.
Well, are you annoyed by this congressional bill?
Let's talk about it. So, can you kind of this stuff better than I do? Can you kind of summarize what they're trying to do?
I have it. I have all my notes right here. Hang on.
I knew you would.
So, first of all, it's a bipartisan bill that proposes transfer limits and salary caps. 1 free transfer, 5-year maximum eligibility, no former pros from overseas or otherwise being able to go to play college, and the coach can't leave until the season's officially over for their school.
I understand the intent behind this. I think there's so many cascading problems from the way they presented it, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's a great word, cascading.
We solved this one problem. You created 18 other problems, you asshole. Like, what are you doing?
Well, here's the thing. I'm 18, right?
Mm-hmm.
If somebody wants to pay me $20 million, that's on them.
That's not my problem at all.
But this feels like the NBA putting that 1-year rule in.
Or the Allen Houston rule, where you can buy out. It's like, hey, we're going to let you make a bad decision one time. The amnesty rule. Was it the amnesty for one bad contract?
So it's like, but that's what I'm saying. It's like, if you're a GM and you want me out of high school, that's on you, man.
The price of the brick.
Exactly.
And if it costs you your job, that's not my problem at all.
Yeah, that's not me. So I hate that with respect to the capping how much money players could make. I think that sucks. Because you're eliminating 2 things: the amount of money they can make, but also the competition.
Yes.
Like you're just eliminating the competition because they don't put a cap on the amount of money that schools can spend. It makes a cap on the amount of money that players can make, which I don't think is right. And I'm not bothered by the transferring thing. I will say this. I did a video for Tar Heel 24/7 today, and UNC has a lot of young talent, freshmen and sophomores. And I was like, it's not the job of money to keep them there.
Right.
You have to create an environment. And hang on, let me see. I wrote it down. See, this is my UNC notebook. It's different than the other notebook.
Of course it is.
So, and I wrote down this five things that you need to do to make sure that those kids want to stay there. I wrote culture, building a culture where the players like each other. I wrote mentorship, where pair guys with guys. Did you have a mentor when you were in college, like another player?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Do you know who mine was?
Who's yours?
Dexter Reed.
Mine was Scott Grazer. Shout out to Scott Grazer. Listen.
Yeah, shout out to Dexter Reed, man. Like, he was a returning leader in tacklers in college football.
That's wild.
Coach's interest, and by interest I mean not just in what I can do for you to get you a new job or to keep your job, but you got to be interested in my family, and you got to be interested in me, and you got to know my why, if you will, right? You need to know my why. Why am I doing this? Because I want to be at this school, because I want to play football, because I love football, because I want to get my family out of with the situation we're in. You got to know their why. Situational playing time, which I think is something nobody thinks about. But situational playing time is so critical. We had like several freshman offensive linemen. They weren't going to get in the game behind the other guys, but they could get on. They could get in on kickoff return.
Yep.
They could get in on field goal, PAT. And so they're like, I'm getting reps against like the main deal. But it's the same thing with defensive backs, linebackers, tight ends, and running backs.
Baby.
I get on special teams.
Right.
And then the last one is development and showing players what you want them to be and how you're going to get them there. To me, that's a 5-piece recipe that builds a culture, builds a combination of I want to stay here. Yeah. So, and again, to go back to the bill, prohibiting coaches from leaving before the season's over. Look, if I was going to draw this up, one, I'm fine with that. But two, I do think every coach needs to have a meeting and a discussion about where and why they're leaving a job. I think you owe it to them.
I'm of two minds on that one. Part of me agrees with you as like, speaking from the seats of the kids, because you have responsibility to them beyond employer-employee.
Yeah, that's my point.
But the counterpoint is where my actual end goal wants us to be. Is that, and they come very short of saying this in the bill, which is sponsored by Ted Cruz, so it'll never work. Like, no one's going to agree with Ted Cruz.
Well, that's the next thing I was going to get to.
It's a great way to kill it. Is put Ted Cruz in charge of it. But what I was saying was, they do all this. They put all these constraints on how these kids can get paid. Put all these constraints on how these kids make money. Just call them fucking employees.
I 100% agree.
W-2 these motherfuckers. Eliminate all this shit. You want to cap them out? Put W-2 them.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
Pay for healthcare for the next 8 years after graduation.
Right.
Like, let's organize some labor. Let's, like, if you want to put these rules on how I can get paid, cool. I would have some representation in this motherfucker, and not one player from Utah who's a defensive end who's on the committee or whatever the fuck.
No, I totally agree. Like, the thing for me, I'm glad you brought up Ted Cruz. I don't trust any of these people to know more about college football than me.
No. Not a one.
I don't. And so this is not Tesla, right? It's not Amazon. This is not those things. This is a different thing.
Yeah. And
there are people's like actual lives involved. And not to say that there's not lives involved with Tesla or Amazon, because there are. I mean, if you got to pee in a Gatorade bottle because they won't let you take a break, that's insane. Yeah. Amazon. But what I'm saying is, like, and fuck Tommy Tuberville.
Every day is on Sunday. Yeah.
Yeah. But if you're not going to take the time to go out and learn this stuff, to learn about how it works, then just
stay out of it then.
Like, that's the thing. Like, the way I think about this, the same way I think about cooking. Sure, one of your staffers could put together some fucking bullshit, like talking points, whatever, right? That's Blue Apron. You're not a fucking cook. You're just reading the list. A lot of people could read a list.
It's true.
But if you aren't going to take the time to know that, I could substitute this for that, or I can
learn and educate yourself.
if you're not going to take the time to do that, you just do something because you think it's going to work for you, your district, or your state, or whatever,
or
make people
your
happy.
ability to get reelected or whatever. Yeah,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it's ridiculous. Like it's a waste of everybody's time, and while you're wasting our time, we have like actual things going on in this country. I don't know if you guys know that, but like we have real actual things going on in this country, and it's not good. I can tell you that. 3 fake assassination attempts and fucking fucking look over here. Don't look over here. But I just feel like the coach thing's interesting though. What I was getting at is I just think you should have to have a meeting with the I listen, if you leave before the end of the season, after the season, I do think that this should not be a text message. This should not be something that they find out. I almost said newspapers. I don't know if anything.
I know what you mean. I think this goes back to your earlier concern about the lack of actual relationship building.
Yeah.
And so I think that probably makes it easier for these coaches to bounce too. Like honestly, like
because they don't have a relationship with these guys.
There's like I'm not breaking anything because I didn't build anything. And that's fucked up too. Last thing I want to ask before we get out of here. A lot of ills in the world. No, it's not swim.
Okay.
It's about Brandon Sorsby. So Brandon Sorsby, for those who don't know, is a Texas Tech recently transferred in. He has been banned from playing college football this season due to gambling on his own team and gambling on sports.
Yeah, Indiana.
He is now appealing that ruling. He the legal team says that's probably paid for by the Texas Tech boosters.
Yep.
He said their argument is that to assure impartiality, the NCAA should treat Sorsby's addiction as a medical condition, which he was treated with a 35-day inpatient stint. Now, I want to make something very clear. He may have an illness. He's knowingly risked his career, including today's $5 million for the season playing for Texas Tech, to gamble small amounts on college sports, but everything from Romanian soccer to Nathan's famous hot dog eating contest. Felder, I know where I stand. There's not I'll just preface it. There's nothing they could say that may be like, oh yeah, you should totally play football again. They asked Todd Monken about it, who's currently going through a quarterback crisis because everyone in that building fucking sucks at playing quarterback. And it's very funny to watch Todd Monken figure that out in real time. He said that in the supplemental draft that he didn't think the Browns should take him because it's a slippery slope because you're drafting someone who gambled on his own team. The GM was not as committal and hard line on it, saying we'll evaluate it. Felder, I personally think that Brandon Sorsby should not play football for money ever again. That's my opinion. Where do you stand?
I'm not as hard line as that.
Okay.
Honestly, it kind of feels like the snake eating its tail, right?
Yeah.
If everything that you do is FanDuel, DraftKings, Roobet, whatever, like, BetMGM, like, what do you expect to happen? Like those things were never. We had meetings.
Yeah, they had meetings. They have compliance meetings. They have to legally.
Yeah, but they mattered.
Mm-hmm.
And I just don't.
So my side of it. Them having meetings means he fucking knew better.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Him being a conscious human being knows he fucking knew better.
Mm-hmm.
The only gambling scandals we talk about are Pete Rose and the Black Sox. Every sports fan knows those. Also, my long-standing stance is your mental health is not your fault, but it is your responsibility. Is it Brendan Sorsby's fault that he was inundated with messages of gambling from the moment he could pick up a football? No, it is not his fault. Okay. I agree with that. It is his responsibility to do with that until you said, hey, Daniel, actually it's 50% of college football players are doing this.
Mm-hmm.
Then I have a larger conversation. When it's a one-off, you guys wanted omelets made out of gambling money. This is a broken egg.
You think this is a one-off?
No, I don't. I think it's the first of many because you mentioned earlier the Ouroboros, the snake eating its own tail. The snake doesn't stop because it got bit.
No.
This is not a blip on the radar. This is the beginning of a tide. And guess what? You can't stem that tide by saying, hey, all is forgiven, come play football for money. You can't.
And
so now what you're going to do is you're going to force players who aren't playing or being well compensated to do the equational work of, is it worth risking an opportunity for more money to get this money now? And I'm not saying right, wrong, or different. I'm not saying it's not the fault of the NCAA and all these companies. I think it's very distinctly, it's their fault. However, because of the system that's been set up and the paradigms under which we live, he has to pay. He has to pay, because if you don't have integrity in the games that we're watching, then your audience won't want to gamble as much. It disincentivizes people from participating in the process if they feel it's crooked and it's already sports gambling. It is fiduciarily irresponsible for these people to say, hey, you should play football again. It doesn't make any sense for the long-term aspect of the game. And again, I can feel personally sympathetic and empathetic to this man's plight. He is an illness. Clearly he's dealing with it. Part of an illness is something, guess what? You're an alcoholic. I feel for you. That's a plight. Part of the rules is you can't drink anymore. Hey, Brendan, part of the rules of fixing this is you can't play football no more. Well, that was my whole identity. Drinking used to be his. Go get your ass a chip. Maybe not a chip. Do they use chips in gambling now? I should know that.
What I'm saying though is I think in the key cog for me is not the gambling.
Okay.
It's the gambling on your team.
Yes.
Michael Jordan gambled all the fucking time.
Yeah. It's the gambling on your team.
It's the gambling on your team. And that's the part where I'm not, like, I don't know what, like, I'm being honest right here. I'm trying to be like very forthcoming.
Yeah.
I don't know. Because that's the same thing with Charlie Hustle, right? Like with Pete Rose, like that, like it's because Pete, the whole story with him is he never bet on them to lose.
Neither did Brendan Sorsby.
Right. And so that's not the thing. It's more
the active gambling on your own team.
Right. Because you have this inside information that people don't have, and you know who's healthy.
The doors open to shave points. And guess what? Football, a completion percentage, if you're gambling on that stuff, what, especially with the props that are involved now, and like
that's a whole other like.
So like there's a lot. That's why, in my opinion, you've got to draw the hard line here. It's got to be no. Well, the same way with baseball, hadn't happened since, has it?
That we know of.
Okay. No one's gotten caught doing it since. How about that?
Well, Shohei Ohtani.
No, his interpreter got caught. Now, that's one of those stories that I'm pretty sure if we talk about too loud, Bud Selig will come and try to fight us.
I'm just saying, like,
I could beat up Bud Selig though, for the record.
I'm just saying, like, that's not. I'm not. Am I wrong about that?
No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. But you know what I'm saying? Like, this is one of those like red letter do not do things. And he fucking did it repeatedly. Yeah. It's a wrap. In my opinion.
The other part, the thing for me is I'm less bothered by it.
Okay.
Than and that's not, it's not good or better, good or bad, better or worse. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is I am less bothered by it because like he wasn't getting in the game, and like I'm putting myself in his shoes, and I'm like I don't gamble. I'm not a gambler. I'm terrible at it, and I also don't have the time or the energy for it. Like if we're being honest.
It seems like a very, very energy focused activity.
It seems like it takes a lot of effort and a lot of work, and there's just there's no way. But also, my team wasn't worth gambling on because we were terrible. But what I'm looking at is like he's probably around other people that are doing it. And again, I understand. Listen, like if they all jumped off a bridge, would you do it too? Like I get that part. And I've listened to Mac Brown, who I've realized I don't think I like him very much anymore. I'm being serious.
I know.
And he's one of those nothing good happens after midnight guys, and we're so worried about the downtime and all this stuff. And he's more worried about like if a lacrosse kid was betting on the football team, that kid's not going to get in trouble, right?
If the lacrosse kid bets on the lacrosse team, then he's in trouble.
Then
That's
he gets
the point.
That's what I.
That's
But what if he? But what if he lives with a football player?
There's enough plausible liability that you have to try to build.
That's
a case
where
we're not talking about that. We're talking about this specific. He bet on the team he played on. He cannot be allowed to play anymore. Like that's it.
I'm not. So I'm gonna lay down this hard line. I don't like people being made an example of.
He's not. Pete Rose is made an example of. This ain't an example.
No, this is
the next motherfucker.
This is a new era. Pete Rose was betting with a bookie. Come on, dude.
I'm telling you right now, you're thinking about it on a small scale. I'm talking about on a larger macro. This entire thing is held up by people believing the gambling on the up and up scale.
Right. And what I'm saying is that I don't give a shit about gambling.
I'm telling you that they do. They have to.
Right. So I don't, but what I'm telling you, ask me how I feel about it.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I don't give a fuck about gambling. I don't care if they all fall into the ocean forever. That doesn't bother me. What I'm saying is,
it would drive a lot of media opportunities.
I don't have them anyways.
I'm just kidding.
So what I'm saying is, I have a real problem with people being made the example. I don't like that. I don't like people being made the example for. I don't think it works. And I don't think it works as a natural deterrent. I think it is something that a lot of folks say because it makes them feel good. I don't believe that it works. I think he should be disciplined. I think he maybe should be helped if he has a gambling addiction. He should be helped. Absolutely agree with that. I don't think he should be cut out from the thing that has given him like all the time and opportunity.
He sacrificed it.
I understand what you're saying. What I'm saying is I'm not in the camp of throwing people away. And by saying he should never play football again
for money,
that's throwing him away. When the fact is,
I'm not putting him in jail. Go coach, go give back, go help. There are other ways to be involved in this game beyond playing under center. He has sacrificed that.
You're going to let him coach. So you're going to let him coach.
Go coach. Go coach a Pop Warner, baby. Go give back. Go really invest. You love this game. Invest in the game.
I do not
believe in I do not believe in retribution or acknowledgement of atonement without action or works.
Him
saying I won't do it again or whatever the legal case is, nothing he can do inside this courtroom would alleviate the concerns being a problem going forward. Given that fact, where's the path forward is through work, not through you can play
through work. That's fine. I want him. Suspend him. I don't care how many games it is. Suspend him, sure. But I do think he should be doing some sort of community service. I do think he should be doing some sort of outreach. That's what I agree with that. I totally agree. I just don't think that he should lose everything because of this. Especially at this point where, what are we talking about? Who got hurt here? We're not talking about manslaughter. We're not talking about rape. We're not talking about any of those things.
If you have to leave the argument to make your argument, you've lost the argument. If you have to inject rape and murder and manslaughter.
It's not about winning. No, what I'm saying is who got hurt? Maybe some companies.
The integrity of the sport that we watch. The idea that we are watching that is the social construct between the audience and sports. That's why sports is entertaining, but not entertainment. That's why I watch pro wrestling on Wednesdays for a different thing than the reason I watch basketball on Thursdays.
Yeah, and I guess I don't live under that veil. Like for me, like you either want to win the game or you don't want to win the game. That's it. I guess I'm jaded in a lot of ways.
Okay.
I don't think I'm jaded in that way. Like I think if he ever did step on the field for Texas Tech, he's gonna bust his ass and he's gonna get hit. Look, sometimes you gotta get hit in the face. He's gonna have to do that to get to where he needs to be. And so I'm not here to say he's just going to airball a bunch of wide open throws.
Cool, but if he misses 2 to hit and under and it affects the outcome of the game, or it doesn't, it affects the integrity of what you're watching. And you have no problem. You have no problem with that. I'm serious.
I don't think that sports are I don't think there's a lot of integrity in sports.
You just said he would not try. You just your entire worldview that you just espoused is based on the auspice that the integrity is unassailable, that he's going to try as hard as he can because he's out there. You just said that. No,
I'm saying he's going to try. Like, this isn't basketball.
I'm saying no, he won't. Not all the time.
Like, this isn't. And that's sure. That's
sail
fine.
A ball here, throw a ball short here, there.
I would much rather have his teammates deal with that than the court system.
Well, that goes back to the punishment cannot rely on the children.
I'm not asking.
Yes, you are. You said his teammates. He is 22. These are children. The adults
I agree
have
that
to set and enforce the rules.
Right, but enforcing, like, I don't think that telling him he can never play again is enforcing the rules in the right way.
Okay, and we're gonna see. For me, this is one of the, again, maybe I am too jaded, but that's for me. That's a red letter one. I'm not. He made a mistake, guy. I'm not. But in this instance, I'm like, hey, he needs to learn his lesson. But that doesn't mean we have to throw him away. I'm not. I didn't kill him. Look, taking away football isn't throwing anyone away. You lost a privilege by your actions. If I fucked up when I was 16, guess what I lost? My car. You know what I'm saying? Forever? You will lose. Maybe if I fuck up bad enough for where I'm putting $5 million at risk, to where I fuck up bad enough where I'm putting an entire collective's their financial wherewithal at risk because I could not gamble. Yes. Sometimes I will lose some shit for the rest. If I fuck around on a good woman, I might lose her for the rest of my life. Yeah, No, you just said I had to take something somewhere else to try for the argument. I brought up the 16-year-old thing because some actions are large enough to where it will irrevocably change the course of your life. I guess that's the core argument that we're having. Right. I don't think this is Henry Ruggs. I'm not putting him in jail. No, I'm not. What I'm saying is, I don't think that this is. I think this is a bigger. Like, I don't know, man. I guess I don't have the reverence for the integrity of sport that you have. I don't have it. I don't have it. And so for me, this is, hey, you're going to sit some games out. We're going to get you the help that you need. We're going to monitor you. You're going to report back to us. You and I both know how collegiate monitoring goes. Sure, but what I'm saying, like, if you're going to put, like, I'm talking about actually putting effort into this kid getting back on the right path. That's what I'm talking about. It's the same thing as, who was it? Tyrann Mathieu, right? Smoking weed is not the same as this. What I'm trying to say is, hey, we're going to get you the help you need, and then we will welcome you back, and we're going to monitor. And they did. And it guys had a pretty good NFL career. I think for this is, hey, man, you've got to stop. We can't have this. I mean, same thing with Calvin Ridley, right? Didn't he try to claim addiction? I don't know what happened with Calvin Ridley. Honestly, I don't know. So he got caught gambling on sports, like, and he was trying to. But he wasn't gambling. He was not gambling on his own team. Not his own team. I agree with that. And again, that's the red line I'm telling you that we've crossed. That's the red line that I'm saying cannot be crossed back from. That is the red line because now I don't trust you. Your teammates can't trust you. No one can trust you. You have erased trust. You have to rebuild and regain trust. And maybe that's being a GA. Maybe that's doing other things. There are other ways to be involved. I don't know. I'm not taking anything from this young man that he did not willingly give away.
I don't understand. I guess that's my problem, though. How can you trust him to be a GA?
Because he can't influence the outcome of a game. What's he gonna do? He's gonna run these copies slow. He's gonna not hold the card right on Tuesdays.
To me, what you're like, he has to be out of football.
I'm okay with that too. I was trying to find a middle ground with you.
And I don't think that there is. I think that for me, when I look at it, I'm like, hey, this is the thing that he's done the whole time. Like, let's find a way that he can build himself back, to build, like you mentioned, that trust, to build, pay his debt.
How many football teams do you know will stop the machine to pick up one player?
What do you mean?
As a team, the Red Raiders have to move on. They can't sit back and wait. They can't say, "Oh, we're going to."
No, I'm not telling them. I don't think they should sit back and wait.
Okay.
I agree with you on that. I don't think they should sit back and wait. That's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
What I'm saying, I don't care if he has to go to JUCO or if he has to, take a year off. I don't care about that. I think he should do those things. I think he should probably also go and do some.
Would you want him to show up here at the UNC facilities?
At UNC?
Yeah.
Based upon what we have, hell yeah.
I can't stand you. Felder plugs in, baby. Absolutely killing me.
He won't. I know he won't bet. He won't bet on himself there.
He'll bet against himself and win a bunch of money.
Yeah, he gonna be rich.
Tell him where to find you, Felder, man. God bless.
It's Felder.substack.com. I've got a podcast actually coming up. When does that show come out? I think it comes out. It actually comes out the same day as this. Comes out on Friday.
Hell yeah.
Because it's a cruel summer with the Knicks, and I do talk about I literally wrote, "Why did you get married?" And it was about, but it's not about me being married. That's not what it's about. Just for the record, I know why I got married.
That's the full title, actually. Why did you get married? It's not about me. I know why I got married.
I'm just saying. Literally, the subheader is. Hang on, I'm reading the subheader to you. Knicks going wild already, and enrichment does matter.
There you go.
And it's about players at the school where you've got to build value into the school.
Those 5 cents of value. Yeah.
Yeah, the same thing you got to do with your marriage. You've got to build this intrinsic value into your marriage. And I think your friendships are strong. Obviously, like those are people that you pick. You don't pick your coaches all the time. You don't pick your teammates all the time. You do get to pick your spouse, but you have to take that same idea of making everyone's life better, making everyone's life a little bit easier. And if I'm playing safety and you're playing corner, what can I do to make sure that you're more comfortable in what you do? And I talk about it a little bit with
nice.
I talk about it a little bit because one of my old teammates, Gerald Sensabaugh, you know about slice?
Yeah.
So Gerald used to slice it all because he knew that both of our corners never wanted to be the force guy on run. So he was like, let's slice. And so Gerald would come down. He'd let them take the deep half. Gerald would come down from 12 and go down and and combat the run. He led us in tackles. Like, that was what it is. And it's like,
that's wild.
You got to know how your relationship works. Like, and I know how my relationship works. I know that, guess what? Who's going to do that laundry? Me. I messed up making dinner last night. That's on me. But you know what? Listen, sometimes players fuck up. You miss a tackle every now and then. It happens. But yeah, it just that's what I mean by why did you get married? Like, why are you married? Why are you married to this school?
Yeah.
Because the school's got to do something for you, but you got to do something for the school too. That's all.
Amen to that, man. Amen to that.
We had a good conversation.
This is fun.
No, I'm not upset. Like, I like having this type of discussions with people because at the end of the day, we don't see eye to eye on this, and that's fine.
Yeah.
We are approaching it from different angles and different viewpoints, even though we've had a very much a shared experience. I am someone who I truly am like I would never, if I'm going to kick him out of football from a playing standpoint, I would never want him to be around my football team ever, period. But if I can rehab him and have him admit guilt, admit a problem, work on that problem on a day-to-day basis, do community service in terms of working with people that have a gambling problem, especially people that lost way more than he's lost.
Right.
Like, I would rather have that and then see him work himself back into football than to have him. I don't like, if he's going to be out of football, be out of football for that's it. That's all. See,
I'm the same. I love the path you just laid out. For me, that path ends with a spot on staff and you giving this speech every year after the compliance officer as to why. Here's what I love.
I'd love to bring it. I'll bring him in from his whatever job he has. If he's not doing football anymore, I'll bring him in from that job and he can explain what he lost.
Yeah.
I'll bring him in. I'll bring him in from Lincoln Financial. I'll bring him in, from AT&T. I'll bring him in for wherever to have him make that same speech. But I think he can be fixed. If you can fix him, and then keep letting him play. But if he's not going to be able to play, I don't want him around my football team at all, except for that meeting during training camp where we have a special guest for you. This is so-and-so. He's going to talk about what he did. It's the same thing as, what is his name? Like Denzel, right? In Flight, where he had to go to jail.
I don't like flying. I don't like crashes. You couldn't pay me so much money to watch Flight about a plane crash. It must be crazy. No, right? I'm a nervous flyer, but I would trust you on this.
Guess what? Because that's what I'm saying is Denzel in that movie, dude is doing pills, he's drinking, he's doing Cocoa Puffs, the whole deal. Lands that plane amazingly. They're trying to get him off so that he doesn't get arrested, but they're like, yeah, he's like, I was drunk every day. I'm drunk right now. And then he goes to jail. He's never allowed to touch a plane ever again, which is what you're saying in terms of playing football.
Yeah.
He's never allowed. He's in jail. He's not allowed to touch a plane. But what he does do is talk to the inmates about how to get their lives together. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If he's never going to be allowed to play football, he shouldn't be allowed to be around football. And he could come back in to talk to them about why he's not allowed to be around the thing that he loved. That's what I'm saying.
I got you.
Okay.
I've never seen Flight, so I don't have that example. Let me just show you guys. Thank you guys for listening. Been a fun week. Had Nata on Tuesday, talk about the series. We're having back on, I believe, probably Tuesday next week, depending on when the final schedule is, but he'll be back on talk more NBA. We'll have Felder on next Friday. Might be sprinkle some more shit in there, you'll see. But that was your show, guys. There is no outro. See you guys next week.